Hey babes, welcome back to this week's episode, and we are doing something that we never thought that we would be doing, but here we are. So this is going to be probably one of the weirdest episodes that we have ever published. And if you listened to last week's episode, you will have heard that we are trying to figure out a way to make evergreen, sustainable content. And because of that, we are going to be doing a little bit of an experiment over the next month. So
let me say a large, giant experiment.
Yeah.
For a whole month of March.
I'm a little scared. How are you feeling about it?
I guess a little bit nervous, but having every conversation around it feels like the next logical step that we have to do in the business. So having the thought process behind it and the back and forth and the voice memos, the face-to-face, the thinking about it personally, thinking about it together, this is the great experiment. We're doing it.
Maybe that's what the episode will be of this.
We should totally title the episode The Great Experiment. Because it is. And I think it is something that is necessary for the business. And I think it is going to show that we don't just try to talk the talk, but we also really try to walk the walk. So,
without further ado, should we say what it is? So here's the experiment, guys. We have noticed for ourselves in the realm of BLBM, Boss Less Babe More, that the core philosophy is that there is a balance between bossing and babing, and yet the tangible reality is that both of us own other businesses, and doing all of this work within Boss Less Babe More is causing us to overboss and underbabe. And it is so radically important to us that we not only tell you guys the shit that we know is true, but that we also walk the walk that we're talking. And so in light of that, we have decided that for the next month, we are actually going to take a babing month. And we are not going to do a single Boss Less Babe More thing at all. We're not going to be making any podcasts over the next month. We're not going to be posting anything on socials. We're not going to be
creating more content for Patreon.
We're not going to be meeting every week and having all of these business discussions. We're not going to be tweaking anything. I mean, we're literally just saying, you know what? We're going to take a month. We're going to see what the feedback is. So if you have worked with me in any capacity, you know that the foundations of my work is not just Akashic Records work, but also frequency alignment work. And so we incorporate that heavily into the way that we do business within Boss Less Babe More. And currently the frequency that I'm married to is fun. And so everything, not just in business, everything that I'm doing, all of my choices really need to revolve around creating fun. So anywhere that fun does not exist, and the opposite of fun for me is boredom and frustration. So whenever I see boredom and frustration showing up in my reality, I know that either I need to eliminate that situation or I need to do something differently in that situation to be able to infuse fun into a space where formerly there was none. And so for you, what is your frequency?
My frequency is freedom. And
what is the opposite of freedom for you?
The opposite of freedom is busy bee, constant work. And that's what is surrounding me on the weekends, early in the mornings, everywhere, all the time. So if we are considering helping women figure out not just how to get into that frequency and lean into all of their zones of genius, but tell them that it is possible without the constraints of all the pressure and all the rules that are set for how to run a business, we absolutely 100% must pause and reevaluate what it is that we're doing. I don't know when was the last time I just sat around to sit around. And that's not fair to me or to any of my clients that I work with. Like, how the fuck am I showing up? So it's not freedom. I'm not experiencing freedom. And if I'm calling in freedom, I can't call it in with more work. And the amount that I have relapsed bossing since this year started, oof, it just doesn't feel honest.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm in that boat with you. There are so many things where, and we were talking about this earlier, where there's attachment to, well, we've been working so hard at this for the past 10 months. I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. And we're not, by the way. We're absolutely going to be back in a month. We just need a month to babe for a minute.
Yeah.
We want to see like actually what feedback is showing up, because whenever you are making big transformations in your life, whenever you are choosing to become a new version of you, it not only takes consistent effort, but it takes that consistent effort over a period of time. And so we have decided to take a month, because a month is a nice stretch of time that will allow for us to receive feedback accordingly in our own respective realities. So this is the big experiment, and we want to also share that we're doing this with you so that if you are a business owner, you can see that if you need to take a step back, you actually are allowed to do that.
Yeah.
You don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You can take a break, you can step back, and then you can come back and reevaluate with fresh eyes and hopefully a recalibrated nervous system.
And may I add, I don't know exactly what the breakdown of solopreneurs or business owner, ratios are we have within our listener body, but it is very possible that if you are doing this on your own, you don't even see the pattern because you're just in the business, fucking being busy and working all the time. And nobody's shaking you up to say, "What? Hold up one second, what are we doing?" Which I have never been in a business with someone else until you and I started this, so I am 100% guilty of that. If something is not working, my immediate thought is, I'm not working hard enough. What I really need to do is crank it up, because obviously I'm lazy.
I'm the problem.
Sitting around, I'm the problem. Whereas the point of this business and running this business is to say, we can find joy and ease and freedom and fun and whatever in the gifts. If we lean into the gifts, all of that is possible with that frequency, with that mentality in mind. And when you're a solopreneur, there's a really good chance that you don't even sit down to think about that, which leads back to all of your frequency work, starting people in that capacity, starting people with the brand strategy. Sit down for a fucking second before you do anything else. Where are you headed? What is that frequency? What is your brand strategy that you're running with? What are the basics that you can say, this is a good foundation, I can build on this? Because then to come back and say, oh, this no longer makes sense, or this now needs to evolve, or whatever scenario. But this, I feel like, is our business audit. Hold on one second, what are we doing? And we may come back and think, oh, throw this out, throw that out, this makes sense, this doesn't. We're also in a lunar eclipse. Mercury, I think, is still retrograde. We have a full moon tomorrow. All this shit is going down anyway, right? So if you're listening to the sky too, or follow lunar cycles, there's some release anyway in the world, but we just don't allow ourselves to pause as business owners, because the mentality is that it's always go time. So yeah, it sounds terrifying, and I wonder if there will be comments or criticism or stuff where I will feel triggered, but yeah, come at me. It's fine. This is not working for you.
I'm going to be relaxing in the bubble bath with a glass of vino. So
yes. Well, more maybe like a gummy, but it feels like the really logical scary but logical next step to take. Okay, I know what this is on the inside, and we are overbossing all the fucking time. And we're adding just one more cute little thing, because wouldn't it be fun and wouldn't it be great? And for what? To abandon ourselves, to abandon our other businesses, to abandon our relationships, to abandon whatever? That's not worth it, right?
Yeah.
Not only it's not in alignment with our frequency, but it's just not even logically worth it. So
I know. Crazy.
What are we going to do with all this time?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, terrifying, but excited.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm going through a rebrand with my own business right now, and I feel like I don't really have the bandwidth to be focusing on all of that work right now. The weather, every once in a while, we've been having like some warmer days, and every fiber of my being just wants to be outside messing in my garden and doing things that are really fun for me. And I just legitimately have not had the bandwidth for it because of all of the bossing. And so how will we fill that time? And I'm not really sure, but I have some ideas.
Yeah.
And I think that the time will fly by so much faster than I anticipate. But I'm so excited to see what the actual feedback is. And also, whenever we say feedback, let me just break that down for y'all.
I was just going to ask you that, yes.
So feedback is happening all the time. We are always receiving feedback from the universe or from reality. And it's always based on your output. What are your choices? What actions are you taking? There's always going to be a residual, equal, opposite consequence. And I don't mean consequence in a negative way.
Punishment.
Yeah, it's just what is the cause and what is the effect. And so whenever you're listening to feedback, it is literally everything in your reality. Literally everything. So I'm going to be seeing if my income through my business increases. I'm going to be seeing how my nervous system is reacting. I'm going to be seeing how my relationships recalibrate, or maybe they don't. I'm going to be looking at a lot of different things to see, okay, what is actually physically and tangibly showing up in my reality because of the new choices that I'm making. And I'll be very interested to see for you as well what ends up showing up as feedback in your reality. So if you feel like you're in a place where maybe I need to hit the pause button, fucking do it.
Yeah. And strip it down to the bare essentials.
Yeah.
We both run other businesses, which makes it easy to pause this, right? It doesn't mean that this is taking income away from us being able to eat or pay our rent or do things like that. But ultimately, there's always a bare essential basic minimum that you can go down to, which is obviously fucking terrifying and scary, and you poured all this money and time and energy into it. We get it. We absolutely 100% get it. And there's a level of the scariness to me is that not even just the attachment, but love for the craft and creating businesses and doing new things. All of this sounds really exciting. So to step away from that, in that sense, it doesn't feel good. But there's no other way to have the metrics be true. When you have too many things going on, you have too many things going on. So maybe we agree on a set of things that we monitor over the month, and when we come back, we can kind of compare those notes where we are with time, energy, money, whatever, and then can come back. So that is something that's a little bit more measurable and tangible, not just I feel relaxed. Because of course, you go on vacation and you feel relaxed, right? But how is that sustainable?
Yeah.
So I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So we love you guys so much. We thank you so much for staying along with the ride and supporting us every step of the way. And we will be back in 1 month. So please stay tuned. I think the next episode is probably going to be really, really interesting because we're going to be sharing with you about what was the outcome of our great experiment. So until then,
don't forget
to boss less.
Boss less.
Boss less for fucking sure.
And
babe more.